Hello, my name is Mike Sussi. These are some fights over my 12-year boxing career. And this, I only been boxing not even 2 years, like a year and a half. ABF state finals, man. Look at this kid. Got me off balance. I dropped my hands and told him to hit me. Stuck my chin out. And he did hit me. And I made him pay. Especially right there. Gave him an 8 count, and he was all done after that. And then I fought this kid the day before, the same gym as the kid I just knocked out. And that kid was always beating him up. So props to the kid I just knocked out because he knew I was going to knock him out because I beat the heck. Well, right there he's beating the heck out of me, but I did beat him up, give him an 8 count. And then that's me stopping him in the state finals. That's Joe Bird, Olympic head coach. One of my first coach. First pro fight. We're going to skip a bunch of years and a bunch of crazy stuff. And put that guy in his butt, man. He's running his mouth the whole fight. And kind of pissing me off. So I let him know about it. And he got me running my mouth. Beat him up so bad, my promoter, Dave Lesage, wanted to take him to the hospital. You don't see it much. But second pro fight. I'd never seen this before in boxing, what I'm going to do to this guy. I knock him out twice in the same fight. And then the second time I knock him out, I didn't even hit him. So, I don't know. Yeah. Wait for it. Boom! Then the referee was a friend of mine. And he thought I hit him again because he knew you couldn't even imagine what a thug I was. I beat up his son. His son worked at McDonald's. I went into McDonald's while his son was working because his son beat up a good friend of mine who was on the U.S. karate team, a good friend of mine. And I was on the U.S. boxing team. I beat the guy up while he was working at McDonald's. This is my third pro fight. And this was like my first big fight, man. He was an Indiana champ. He's on the U.S. boxing team. Me and Terry Green. He's on the U.S. boxing team. So was I, not at the same time. He's on the U.S. team with my good friend Tim Littles, and he was a world champ. Timmy was, and Tim was like, "Yeah, I was on the team with that kid." I'm like, "Holy crap!" And I stop him right here. And he didn't want no more, man. I was whooping his. Caught him some liver shots. That really takes it out of you. Jumped on the ropes, first time ever. Did that. But I think that was the first and last time. Very next fight, man. I'm fighting at the IMA Sports Arena. It's one of the biggest venues in Flint. Had the place loaded. Look at all them bodies in the back. Place was going crazy. I sat on the ropes right there. I dodged 6 punches sitting on the ropes. And the announcers didn't even say much about it. Man, that was a brawl too, man. That whole fight. First time, I think it was the first time I fought where they actually announced it on TV with announcers. Well, no, I fight before that, dude. Here's a clip. Just like a Rocky movie. Yeah, it was a brawl. That was a brawl, but not as bad as this one. Very next fight was at the Palace. Like 3 weeks later, I had a concussion. And I'm fighting this guy. I got kicked out of the Palace. I walked out in negotiations with Jackie Kalin, who ran the Palace. And they told me I'd never fight at the Palace. And then they went and got a Russian champ to get, yeah, come on down to the Palace. We'll let you fight this guy. He's supposed to knock me out. And I ended up knocking him out. Even though I had a concussion, I got really focused before that fight. Nothing like never before. I exhausted all my worries, man. It was just like I just wanted to get in the ring and fight. I pondered so much over it, man. And I fought a great fight, man. Like I said, they announced it one of the greatest fights ever held here at the Palace, verbatim. Greatest night of my life, man. Look at that face. It's kind of sad, but it was great. The Palace was on its feet, man. It was just packed. And then my old promoter, Jackie Kalin, I walked out in negotiations with her, and she got up in the ring, and I had some words with her. Right there, I'm yelling at her. Shot a look back at her. Oh, man, that's my dad, man. Oh, man, loved my boxing years. We had some great times. He passed away. But But I wouldn't be up there was it for my dad, man. He's a great guy. Took me to the gym every day, man. He'd be dead from the night before. Take me to the gym. Here's my makeup right here. I knocked this in my tomato can. I had a bunch of hard fights, and tell my promoter, man, I ain't fought no tomato cans. Then very next fight, they put me in the ring with this guy who made his living being a sparring partner for heavyweight world champs. Timmy Littles fought him, and Tim was like, man, Tim goes, that kid could fight, man. Tim was a world champ. Caught him some body shots, man. I was all over him. Put a big cut under my eye. This is my 11th pro fight. Was on ESPN. I set a bunch of world records. And, yeah, it was a great fight, man. Al Bernstein announced it. Hall of Famer Al Bernstein. Talked about how great my skill set was. And then he complimented Justice Moscona, my opponent, saying he had real good hands, too. I hit him 88 times in one round, threw 138 punches. Both of them were world records. And, man, it was a heck of a fight. My ESPN debut, and I set a bunch of world records. I wrote a book about my crazy life.
For two guys that did not know exactly when they'd come into the ring.
Man, what a fight. Small Town Boxer, named my book, selling on Amazon right now. Had a lot of crazy stories about all the stuff I did. And I was a bodyguard for Donald Trump, and that was like the nexus of all the crazy stuff. Now my thug buddies moved down to Florida with me. We had a big 19-room mansion right on Dixie Highway down in Lake Worth, Florida, which is just directly south of West Palm Beach. And, man, we had some good times. That fueled a lot. You know, that was the main reason why I wrote a book, was all the crazy stuff we did down there. We should have been locked up. We'd be locked up today if we got caught doing what we were doing. We had a lot of fun, man. And Trump was great to work for. Trump bought ringside tickets to my fights, man. I had a main event fight at Steve Shepard's gym, and it was a big show. Yeah, Lou Duva was there. Even Lou Duva was sitting ringside at one of my. I was main event too. How about that? And then Zab Judah was there. Andrew Galata. Man, I had so many stories. My book, Small Town Boxer. Grab it up. Great book. I'm gonna do a documentary. This is just a little bit going into what's gonna happen. Hasta la vista.